word on the street is that y'all think Indian will put Harley in the grave.
Harley core rider in the U.S. continues to age, continues to leave the sport.
The company told workers in January it was shutting down this plant in Kansas City.
This is probably going to be the fourth year of retail declines consecutively for the company.
So stay tuned. I'm going to show you the 3 self-inflicted gaping wounds holding HD back and 3 fixes that would make them unstoppable again. Harley has really done a knock-up job at selling the idea or dream of motorcycling, and once you're in people's heads as a household name or something to dream about, that's like having a scary moat around the Harley brand castle, and it's really hard to cross. And I'm talking like full of alligators and sharks with freaking laser beams. No one can really come close to taking that Harley dream castle. At best, it's kids laying siege with sparklers and snakes.
This is the good stuff. Snakes and sparklers.
Are you nuts, dude?
That's very ineffectual. So at the end of the day, the only one who can really do any damage and storm the Harley castle is Harley. Now, I haven't been around for all of Harley's existence, but I've been building bikes and engineering parts for 20 years. From Honda Sakis to Harleys and a lot of stuff in between. All that with an obsession for really understanding everything I can about these machines through actual hands-on experience and obsessive research. Quite frankly, it borders on full-blown autism.
He's not psychotic, he's autistic.
So if you love learning absolutely everything you can about motorcycles, from the basics of shopping to news to engineering and why farts are still funny during the apocalypse, you've found the right channel. So why can only Harley kill Harley? Why can't Indian become the new American Iron brand? Simply because of what I call the dream machine effect. Harley's developed a deeply rooted heritage with totally bitchin' matching iconography. They've created something that permeates so many people's lives in a way that causes us to romanticize ownership of a Harley in a way that no other brand has even come close to. No other brand packages an aspirational dream like Harley does, or should I say, they did. In fact, Harley has literally sold the idea of Harley ownership so damn well. They have embedded owning a Harley as an integral piece of your identity. And once something is a part of who you are and what you represent, dare I say something that makes you better than everyone else, well, that causes millions of people to pay any price to keep that status and keep the idea of their badass self attached to their egos. I mean, we literally would not have chopper culture without Harley. Now, this is a brand holy grail type. When you accomplish the implanting of superiority via ownership of your product, guess what? You can do what only Harley can do, which is to continue to sell antiquated mechanical engineering, overly tech accessorized motorcycles with wholly retarded features, and amenities that literally no one asked for to an audience who is happy to overpay for those things, decade after mother trucking decade. Now, this is why Indian nor any other brand can take Harley down. That will have to be done from within, and they've been doing a very good job of that with some of their recent actions. Harley has done a few things as of late that the die-hard Harley fans haven't been happy about. Now, some self-sabotaging patterns, if you will. Things like extravagant pricing, killing really well-loved entry-level bikes, very confusing premium repositioning, the whole electric bike pivot, and the recent whiplash strategy and their quick turnaround from premiumization. Is that a word? Well, it is now. So what has Harley done that almost makes it look like they are trying to take themselves out?
I'm gonna jump!
First, price optics. Starting this whole premium for everyone has left them abandoning all the new rider options with affordable price tags. They're gone.
And it's gone.
This means Harley riders are aging, but fewer younger people are buying their bikes, meaning their customer base is shrinking. All this drastically shrinks TAM and hurts the dream of riding for regular and prospective riders. Now, when you're done with this video, go check out the link in the description for my video that covers why TAM, or total addressable market, is so important to Harley. I dropped a link in the description for your viewing pleasure. Now, second, they are retiring the very platforms that created die-hard Harley lovers. They killed the reigning champ, and obviously, that is the Evo, and the Dyna, the FXR, the Fat Bob, all gone. They're replacing these icons with technological, whiz-bang, cost way too much models that don't feel like Harley. They feel forced, they feel disingenuous, and nothing to really dream about. This hurts the two biggest brand appeals that Harley has that many others cannot compete on. That's nostalgia and iconic heritage. Now, third, poor leadership decisions leading to vision for Harley's future that was way off base. They elected an interim CEO that pretty much took a big old steamy dump on Harley's core vibe, making flouncy green pivots and vision swings that honestly felt more like flashbacks of a bipolar ex-girlfriend than America's most iconic motorcycle brand. And all that flip-flopping from the most expensive Harley ever in an attempt to premiumize the brand and exclude the poors, to exchanging the tune for releasing a budget-friendly bike. Ha! Make up your freaking mind? And then all that DEI trash clashed very hard with the brand's core vibe. The riders felt the whiplash, feeling betrayed and lied to, and the Harley fire just totally fades from their eyes. Here's what Harley Davidson needs to do to turn it around. Harley truly needs to drop a permanent, authentic entry-tier bike that looks and feels like the Harley Davidson dream, priced and packaged to recruit lifers and develop or continue a following of its own. Anyone ever heard of a Sportster? This will ensure Harley remains powerful by continuing to own the nostalgia piece that others cannot compete in. Next, if you're gonna add all this GPS and seat warmers and whatever, man, but you can't do it and totally the entire look of a bike. When you think Porsche, most people think of the same 911 type of shape. The classic design aesthetic of a Porsche hasn't really changed too much, and any changes made were subtle, but without sacrificing the style cues and nostalgic, holistic form that Porsche is known for. This is a design that respects heritage while embracing progression. Porsche, for instance, made a Harley-style mistake, I'll call it, with the 996 and their disgusting fried egg headlight. The customer response was very negative. They realized the folly of this decision. They course-corrected, no more fried egg headlights. Now, Harley really needs to maintain their styling, sound, and ritual cues that make their riders feel like Harley in their bones. And they're doing something kind of like this with the Icons collection, maybe, but I'm confused as to why they were so high-priced. They were in very limited numbers, and that's it. I really hope they do some of this nostalgic kind of style and move that into the affordable side of things. And next, they've got to stop with these short-term drops and fast lane changes. Harley has been a constant in America's history. They have been a cornerstone of counterculture, the man attitude, but the last 5 years or so, maybe even more, they've been dropping the soap to every single social, political, cultural thing that comes around the corner. They need to cut all these caving to the masses, spineless choices, and get back to being a solid representative of the ideas and attitudes that built the brand. They've forgotten who they are, and they really need to start acting authentically once again. This is just my opinion. Now, what do you think is the one move that will win you back to Harley Davidson? I will pin the spiciest take in the comments. Truth be told, the specs of Harley Davidson's bike is not what made Harley Davidson king. But so what? The dream of being a badass Harley did crown them king. Competitors cannot kill that. Only Harley can by breaking its own dream. Like Freddy Krueger busting in and slashing it to pieces on themselves. Miss me. Or they can fix it and own the next 122 years and beyond. The final word, keep and maintain accessibility, authenticity, and the crown will be Harley's for generations to come. If you enjoyed this video, click this one right now. You are not going to want to miss it. It shows you just what's going on behind the Harley Davidson curtain.